What's happening? Got a pretty good one today. Drove out here to Waynesboro on the crest of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I'm at Swannanoa Palace, and a mansion made of marble, built in 1912, built by James Dooley. He's the guy that owns the mansion at Maymont in Richmond, and yeah, this is his summer retreat, so about to take a tour.
Entertain at Swannanoa. It was a place of refuge to get away. So this is a smoking room. And so you have...
It kind of has a smell a little bit still.
Some people say they smell.
Yeah, I can smell it. I have a real sensitive nose. I smell everything.
Well, I smell smoke especially. Yeah.
I can definitely smell cigars.
And tobacco. Yeah. So you have up on the ceiling Moroccan artwork. You have a lamp to look like an incense burner. And it would illuminate in that glass globe, but I am not touching that. I know.
Wow. Yeah. It looks like the original toilet note.
Everything is original except the paper towel holder, the Dixie cup holder, and the toilet paper.
A little more modern.
They put the fire in here, and it melted that insert. And so this gives you an idea of what those frescoes look like. And this also. The carving, the Italian carvings of the cherubs and everything. Yeah. So here you have the cornucopia. You still have the winged cherubs with their botanical tails as well. If you look at the colors in this fireplace and look at the ceiling, all that cream is... Even a photographer in Charlottesville said I didn't, but he told me one side of my face photographs better. So
Yeah, it's so crazy how
it
always
is.
feels that way.
And then I have relatives that look better than they do in pictures.
It's like, how does that
They're
happen?
pretty in the pictures and they're kind of average. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I think it's the shape of our face or something. So Christie's auction house told my husband that this is the largest stained glass in a private home in America, rooms where the Dooleys stayed. And there are 5 rooms up here, and there are three bathrooms. So over here,
I was
elevator shaft.
And it's not even in use.
I know. It's like, why would you want to open it? It's nailed shut. You know, it's like, give me a break. So this closet was a linen closet and towels for the Dooleys, for the servants.
Finished the house tour, and pretty extensive. We were in there for over 2 hours. So I'm going to take a walk around the gardens back here. And like I said earlier, we're just outside of Waynesboro, on top of Afton Mountain. You've got the Shenandoah Valley to the north, Rockfish Valley to the south. And like I said earlier, house made of marble. Marble we brought up here by train from Georgia. It was brought to the bottom of the mountain and it was pulled up here by ox cart. And the marble on the inside is from Italy. And they actually had 300 artisans on the inside designing all the different rooms. You'll see in the clips that I put up, they've got a different theme for each room. They were big travelers. So yeah, they had artisans from India, Italy, the Middle East, so on. Ooh. And like I say, family home of the Dooleys, and some background on them. James Dooley, his father John Dooley, he was an immigrant from Ireland. He was a hat maker over there. Moved over here, became pretty successful. He also got into the fur business. Yeah, acquired a little bit of money, so he was able to well educate his children. And so yeah, he had his son James, the one that lived in this house. And James actually fought in the Civil War. He was injured, and after he was injured, he worked at a supply shop, and they gave him the title of major. It wasn't official; he wasn't officially commissioned, but anyway. So throughout his life, he was referred to as Major Dooley. So after the war, he got a law degree at Georgetown up in D.C. and had a law practice for a little while, but eventually got into the steel business, and then eventually got into the railroad business, and that's where he amassed his fortune. So, and he was a major shareholder in the C&O Railroad, also the Richmond Danville Railroad. Yeah, during the Gilded Age, during Reconstruction here in the South. So, yeah, he was able to build this thing, and like I say, this was just their summer home, and their main home was out there in Richmond. And his wife, as they were getting older, she was having problems with the heat, so they would come out here to cool off. Yeah, and this house actually was only in use, only in its prime for about 10 years. Like I say, it was finished 1912. Major Dooley died in 1922. When he died, the house was passed on to his wife. She died in 1925. After that, the house was passed on to his sisters, and they sold the house pretty quick after that. They sold it to a company that turned it into a country club, and it was a country club through the late 20s until 1932 when it went under. That was during the Great Depression. And yeah, I note about it being a country club. Calvin Coolidge actually came here in 1928. He came here on Thanksgiving, and yeah, he actually shot skeet back here in the gardens. So yeah, it closed down in 1932, and it sat completely dormant for 12 years, completely empty. And then in 1944, it was bought by a company, I can't remember the name, Skyline something or other. So yeah, shame this place is so run down, but yeah, I couldn't imagine what it would cost to restore this place, and then the overhead just to keep it running. And it's kind of cool being kind of halfway abandoned. Yeah, still a lot of beauty in it. So they said that there was a big moonshine distillery back here in a stone building, and I'm wondering if this is it. Huh. Tell there used to be a pond right there. Pretty neat looking bridge. Cool. Yeah. And this is the water tower, actually. I don't see where the water would have been stored, but that's what they call it. Alright, so yeah, I think that's it for Swannanoa. Oh, and I'll also throw out there that the Dooleys got the name for Swannanoa. It was named after a river in a small town near Asheville, North Carolina. And they had gone down there to visit the Biltmore. They really liked the area. And if you hadn't noticed, Miss Dooleys has a fascination with swans. And she liked them because they partnered for life and they took care of their partners. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to head on out. It was really neat to visit a mansion kind of outside of the colonial period. So anyway, if you like these kinds of videos, you could hit the like button. You could also subscribe, and I'll see ya.